What it do, man? Once again, it's James VirGodo of God Level Genius. The subject of today's video, man, is childhood trauma and the consequences of not dealing with it. Um, a lot of grown-ups, man, always think because they grown-ups that they ain't got no problems and it's because I'm grown and da 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 da. When in all actuality, man, life is so backwards. When you're a child, you can't wait to be grown, and when you're a grown up you miss being a child, because you miss the innocence of not knowing and having fun and not having to live up to whatever society has programmed us to be at a certain age. And the older you become, and especially nowadays with the social media, you really see how traumatic a lot of people's lives have been, based off how they react to certain things and how they don't want to deal with nothing. I was talking to someone the other day, and we talked for like a couple hours outside my house, and this individual told me that they create something they create something in their mind, in their imagination, and they just go to that place to escape some of the things that they have flashbacks from their childhood. This is why it's so important to be very intentional on who you create a child with, and also it's your job to do the best you can if you're gonna have children to try to heal and deal with whatever you went through as a child, because that stuff don't leave you. I'm still seeing the effects of my mother from what she went through with her mom as a child. And my mom about to be 70. God bless. You know what I'm saying? God willing as well that, it comes to pass in the fall. But she's still dealing with things, and it's like, don't underestimate the power of the childhood. While you out here taking selfies and you making these Instagram pages and all these different social media things for your children, make sure you and your child life for real. You having real conversations and you on point and knowing what they're going through in each stage, because people go through things and they don't even tell their parents, because for one, their parents don't even believe them. I was talking to a friend. This is not the same person from yesterday. This was another friend like last week. One of her uncles touched her inappropriately and she told her mother about it, and her mom downplayed it and was like, oh, he just like to be friendly. What man, like, do you know how crazy that is? Like, this man is a whole predator and you don't want to believe it because you done known him longer than her. Like, what is she gonna make it up for? You know? And to this day, she still is creeped out when she goes around this dude. You know what I'm saying? She don't really have nothing for him. She ain't never forgot it. She's never forgot it. The childhood is so important, man. It is so important. Like the habits that they have, the things that they witness, the things that they digest, even the movies you play around. Like, I started cussing fairly young because that was just how people spoke in my family. You know what I'm saying? But I knew how to turn that switch off. I didn't go to school and cuss, and I didn't cuss out my mom, but I cussed around my mom. And a lot of people thought that was crazy, but it was just, we watched a lot of comedy movies together, and we also, a lot of the relatives we found the most entertaining, I would impersonate them, and that's how they spoke. That they used a lot of profanity when they spoke. But I wasn't one of those kids that was getting in trouble in school. Like, I never been suspended from school or nothing like that. But that's just an example of, but that's what I was introduced to. You know what I'm saying? And the whole point of this video is, if you got children or if you're an adult and you're around children and you come across children, man, you gotta really be careful. Like, the impact that you have knowingly and unknowingly, because they watching you, and they digest everything that we do. And also, you got to really have a lot of conversations and communicate, man, with your kids, because you really don't know what's going on a day-to-day basis. And I'm starting to see, like, from the experiences I'm hearing from other people, like, a lot of times it happened at the most rapid time, or random time, that um it'll be the day that y'all don't have dinner together, or the day y'all don't see each other, as far as like having a sit down conversation like you may usually do. That may be the day that you needed it, because they could have picked up on what happened. The childhood is very important, man. You cannot downplay children, and you can't downplay what could happen or what can't happen. It's so hard being a parent, and it's so hard growing up as a child. Even if they live in a safe environment, even if they provided with um all the necessary resources to accumulate a great education and knowledge, you just never know what could stir a child down a dark path, and you got to constantly educate yourself. And also, if you ain't prepared to be no parent, you need to be more careful about how you dealing with your sex life, because you can't be bringing kids into this world and you still a child, and you still got unhealed things that you're not dealing with, because psychologically that's going to pass down to the kids. You be wondering why they so angry, or you just be wondering why they got certain type of energy, because that's in their spirit, because it's coming from you, because you ain't get yourself dealt with, you ain't get checked out. This is some of the things that I've been learning, man, like just having conversations with people. And I think about, like, my experiences. Like, I'm just now having certain conversations with my mom that we should have been talked about. This stuff then took a toll on me, you know what I'm saying? But I was able to kind of keep it together and not like crash out. But everybody ain't strong in certain areas. So certain people do certain things because their mind is in chaos from what they have dealt with as a child. Don't underestimate what children could be possibly experiencing, man, when you judging them, or when you say they act a certain way, or they so aggressive, or they got such an attitude. These people be hurt, man. These kids come from some crazy environment sometimes, and we just so quick to judge. Children aren't promiscuous for no reason. Children don't act out in certain ways and are so violent for no reason. It's a lot of things, man, that you just don't even know about. And a lot of times, the truth of the matter is, it's too many kids having kids. If you made it this far to the video, man, I want to say thank you for watching, man. Drop a comment below, man. If you have anything to add to this discussion, let's build. I want to say once again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. I am James VirGodo, and as always, be God level. The genius is in you. God level genius.